We dey chase. Now you we dey serve. For radio and television, Abuja. Now we own.
Good morning to you out there. Where we say you did listen to us and they watch us on top Christed Radio and Television. My name now Princess. And this now more and we carry can give you from Abuja to the rest of the world. You know, today start at 99 o'clock hour. We go just start to do what they call Inside Naija. And Inside Naija show will bring you the front pages of newspapers. After that, we'll come carry Sabi person enter the studio. We will break down all the big names. Me take relate this morning. If you not there for our live on top Facebook and on YouTube at Christed Radio TV. And at the same time, if you also join us for our radio station www.christedradioandtv.com. Without wasting of time, sharp, make we go for inside the front pages of
and television. From Abuja to the world. Your matter now we old.
Welcome back to Christed Radio and Television, where your matter now we own. Sharp, make we begin tell you what's in the newspaper. The Punch now will take the start this morning, and the Punch say on the issue of pension fund, the countdown to strike don't start as Pencom and Labour no agree with each other. You go see some kind small yarnings there will be say they inside the paper to talk about that to read. Still, PDP don't put for work 44-member zoning committee, and they ask say Wike must be totally loyal. All this on the front page of the Punch. The one when Madam Okonjo-Iweala come and use a positive eye to look economy, don't begin now to cause debates politically up and down. Ogbonge government don't settle 2 trillion naira contractor bills under the plan 2025 capital budget spending. Government don dey eye 84.5 billion oil production savings. And still on steel, Tambuwal don dey fight back over 189 billion naira EFCC torchlight ments. The government don dey eye $4.5 billion oil production savings, no be 84.5 billion, pardon me for that one. Still on still PDP, still they here now they do their own. Now on that sting operation, EFCC don't say no. They did not target Obasanjo and say today they go carry the suspects then enter for court. Police don't scatter that armed robber operation, but they know they do any bad thing there for Lagos dustbin. And by election, INEC don't send election materials as parties don't end their campaigns. All this and plenty more. The Punch. Moving to the next paper this morning, Guardian. And the Guardian say different parties now don't they hustle. They do their own to win the 16 seats as very important by elections don't they set stage for 2027. NLC say them go turn fence that they will picket NSIT and come on partition of the divert pension funds. Political parties say they no go show for Rivers local government election. On the issue of say prison they overcrowded, Ogbonge government don't they tell public people that will get good hands, say I beg, make them come, do some contribution, do some help on top to reduce the number of people inside the prisons and also for the welfare of the prisoners then. Economy don't they stable now under Tinubu, now waiting Okonjo-Iweala, they yan be that. Ogbonge government, they budget another fresh 3.8 trillion naira for third mainland bridge repair. Insecurity, they cost Nigeria 7.17 trillion naira and it don't wipe out 40% of livestock. Now waiting one report what the Guardian do, they talk there. Still on 2027, PDP chair don't begin to say they have to be party loyalty. As Tambuwa now don't begin, they give some tips. Say ADC go win over Tinubu. And Mba don't commission transport facilities, na so e cut cap, give Tinubu for remove of subsidy. Military partners, REA, say them go power very, very important facilities using solar. All this and plenty, plenty more. Now, the Guardian this morning. Moving to the Vanguard newspaper, they say come and see inside the special report how modern life we dey enjoy. Aye 5-star lanje, e don dey turn men now infertile. Men now not fit produce, they not fit ginger again for the things that way they do. If you check, you go see say they say the sperm count now don't drop 62.3%, and then you go hear plenty other things then where say it dey go on for that side. If you just enter for inside the Vanguard, you go see all of the cruise. I beg, give me very small time, look to go on a very back.
Full ground. Political matter. They get everywhere. Tori we have plenty rapper inside Tori paper. So tell you they confused. Now why we bring you inside Naija, we are Ogonge people. Where Sabi go tear the rapper, break them down for you wella, make you understand. Join this program from Monday to Friday, 9 to 10 a.m. live on www.christradioandtv.com or watch us on Top Christ Radio TV YouTube channel. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X at Christ Radio TV. Christ said, now CHRICED. Christ said, your matter, now we own.
Yes, so thank you so much. So you still stand there with us, even on top of that very sharp break where we need to take. Front page of newspapers, now we still there on top. So inside Naija, my name, now Princess. Welcome back. Now the Vanguard newspaper now will be talk about before we go on top of that sharp break. And we they tell you how a special report on Vanguard say this modern life, women now they live, it don't they cause them say they're not be produce again. Their sperm, they work as you suppose work. But if I be you, I go enter Vanguard, make I foresee within the matter they talk about. States don't collect 7.1 trillion naira under this present government. Now waiting Edun the yarn. On top of the Igiaga for a bomb, everything, the airline operators don't commot that life ban on M&C. NLC don't give 7 days strike notice on top pension NSITF funds. For the issue of by-election, tension as INEC don't deliver those very sensitive materials we they need for the elections. Still on River State local government elections, RCEC don't get voters register and they insist say that election will hold on August 13. Mark, they tell Nigerians, give ADC a chance to prove their worth. And on democracy, no use small eye take look opposition party. So now waiting SMBLF, they won APC and INEC be that. Madam Okonjo-Iweala say economy now don't stable on that Tinubu. And on the issue of Boko Haram, United States don't give carry go to sell $346 million worth of arms to Nigeria. Inside the little sports story for the Vanguard newspaper, FIBA World Ranking, the Tigresses don't move up 3 positions and they are now in top 10. All this and plenty more now you go see for inside the Vanguard newspaper of today. And then the Nation, biggest story for there, Okonjo-Iweala don't give Tinubu credit. The court for him say he don't make economy too stable. And then even Wale Edun say stability don't open door for investments. First Lady, the court cap, the Tuale, give the World Trade Organization DG for the $50 million women fund where they on ground. Subsidy removal na facilitator for development na Mba they yarn that one, and he also inaugurate 100 CNG buses. Enter for inside the Nation, you will know the full gist of all this. Obi say instant jip for the back of ADC candidates in by-elections. Say no LP standard bearer. EFCC now don't begin to drag the 93 people where then arrest for OBJ library, enter for court, make them do case. Inflation don't drop for the 4th time following each other. Say foreign exchange, food, now then they push the rate, they go down. And finally, for the front page of the Nation, Pencom don't define, say, make them increase, make them do increase for federal government police pension contribution. Enter for the Nation, you will see all of that. Nigerian Tribune can't jump out by to say 24 hours to the election. Confusion break bone on top waiting candidates go face as they tight up security. Courts order INEC to accept SDP candidates, and then Kaduna government, El-Rufai coalition, they are going each other on top accusation of rigging. ADC, they tell INEC, make sure say you do free, fair election. And INEC say we are ready. We dey on top of all the logistics. Still on top NSITF and Pencom board. NLC don't give Ogunle government 7 days. Nigeria economy now dey stable. Now waiting Okonjo-Iweala dey yarn with that. On 2027, PDP say there should be fairness. And right now, they don't arrange a make or break zoning committee. Obi of Onisha, Saturday Tribune editor, and 13 professors don't win Academy of Letters fellowship. That terrible terrorist Turji still they wanted and they never surrender. Now within defense headquarters, they yarn be that. Enugu Governor Peter Mba don't inaugurate 5 transport terminals, 100 mass transit CX, that na CNG buses them. And for inside the body matter report where the Nigerian Tribune do, new vaccine for 2 deadly cancer don't they show promise inside the clinical trial we then do. They also get some sports story for inside the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Check them out. Now, inside the Daily Trust, Northern states pay poor pension. Enter there, make you for see the report. DSS on the question Mahmouda terrorist group leader. I wash toilet, wash bathrooms inside Mushin just to survive. Now waiting Falcons captain, they share with us. Provide safety nets for Nigerians. Now so Okonjo-Iweala, they tell Tinubu. On accusation of 189 billion naira fraud, come and see wetin I tell EFCC people when they question me. Now Tambuwal, they share your own side of the story. Pastor, just they flog children on top spiritual cleansing. PDP, the paraverse, as Canadian court don't designate party APC as terrorist organizations. And on by-election, APC, PDP, ADC, they try to show who really get level pass tomorrow. Daily Trust, now you gather this one and plenty others. Daily Times follow closely by to say, Tinubu don't travel 200 out of 806 days in office. Now Obi, they shout that one out. 2027, this ginger for single tenure, enough here for the eye of constitution, will not agree for them. Ohaneze, na in the yarn, that one. Nigeria now, where they for diaspora, these Nigerians abroad, they are bringing capital, expertise, and world influence. Now, Abike Dabiri, Erewa, na in yarn, this one. Ogbonge government now, they give assurance. E no get any area for this country where they go block out when it comes to development. National safety, not negotiable. Now, waiting Tunji Ojo, they tell the newly decorated fire chief. Defense headquarters say na lie. Be the rumor, say terrorist leader Turji don't surrender. And finally, for the front page of the Daily Times, Ogbonge government and the partners go launch a $60 billion worth of gas-powered high-speed rail. And in Delhi Independent, PDP zoning plan go position the party to win election. Them a go, na and that one, and then you go see them for Delhi Independent front. Labour don't give Ogbonge government 7 days to return the workers' funds where they divert, and say if that one no happen, then go shut down the country. Mba don't inaugurate 5 ultra-modern transport terminals and 100 mass transport CNG buses. Yes, so he also launched new transport management system over 80 bus shelters. Just check out and make you for know waiting they go on there. Obi to Tinubu, you are not a tourist. Sit down for house, make you solve Nigeria problems. Hi. Ogbonge government itself don't bring out a 10 million naira interest-free loan scheme for higher institution workers them. Airline operators don't come out that no-fly lifetime ban against M&C. ASU say they not go let academy program happen for inside polytechnics. Tinubu deserve twali for stabling the economy. Now wetin Okonjo-Iweala dey talk, but come tell am, create social safety nets to fit make life better for all these changes the way they bring and I tell they affect people. And people now they twale for Canada court where rule say APC, PDP na terrorist organizations. Enter for inside Daily Independent, you go see what that one they talk about. Before we go close mouth for the front pages of newspaper, we could give you a little bit of sport. On Sports Extra, first start with the exclusive interview where we say then do with Sarah Ogoke. And she can begin to give the history of how she take rise to Afro basket. Chelsea new stadium plans don't they delayed. Joshua the high first African competition, that's in first fight Africa inside Ghana. Golf don't reach last 8 for Cincinnati Open. City don't they progress with Donnarumma and Rodrigo swooping. Champions they battle cherries inside their first game for the season. Gala rival they hope say Osimhen no go play that very important game where then get with Galatasaray. Inter Milan don dey eye new alternative for Lookman. Forest dey wait Neville assurance on top that quarrel over Awoniyi. Ejuke don return from injury where he injure for thigh. And on Afro basket, the Tigers go face Tunisia when they hold the title today. All this and plenty more now you go enjoy for inside the Punch Sports Extra newspaper. And this now where we go take close mouth and draw the curtain on top front pages of newspaper for today. But do yourself a favor, try to get one of these papers them and make you for read. Know the full gist where they inside because it no day enough to just know what's in the front pages. Get the full story, make you day informed. Join us again on Monday 9 o'clock for another beautiful edition of the front pages of newspapers. Until then, my name remains Princess. Stay with us, no go anywhere. I could take a short break. When we come back, we move straight to the big stories then inside the papers. They here no go anywhere.
Dem fit call am disability. But we for Kaiser Radio and television no mean weakness. Last few days, why we and members of people with disabilities go dey roll on top our ogbonge program, Different But Able. Listen to Different But Able every Tuesday, 2 to 3 p.m. live on www.kaiserradiotv.com. Radio TV YouTube channel. Also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X at Kaiser Radio TV. Kaiser na CHRICED. Kaiser, your matter now we own.
Peace. For the ones not yet born, whoa, for the people who are here, yeah. For the people, I
Welcome back to Christed Radio and Television, where your matter now we own. You see the on top inside Naija with Princess, and we don't enter for the part two of the show. When would they bring our sabi person enter studio? We go break down the big victory, go pieces some. But we be say you, me go understand. You figure your angle, I figure my angle, but you come give us another angle to the matter. Like I dey always tell you, if you join us for WhatsApp on top 0906 891 8345. Yes, WhatsApp number na 0906 891 8345. Drop your own contributions there as the matter take they go down. We'll put them together, make we welcome our guest for inside the studio, Mr. Kolawole Omoniye. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Princess.
Bam. Now, I don't want to make we waste too much time because of, time no be with friend. Let's jump to the matters. The first gist today. Now, it was in the news yesterday, and then on another twist, I see one of our national television carried it to read the pastor for inside River State, where him and some church members, about 4 of them, said that they do cleansing, then kill pigeon, carry the blood, mix am with water, bath these children. They use palm leaf, they flog them. They say they go flog. When they flog you finish, they go say you have been cleansed. God have cleansed you. They put you one side like that. And some people come video ram, put them everywhere. Police swing into action, say, "Kai, this thing is child abuse." They can't go carry both the pastor and all of those people them. Now the twist is this: the parents can't carry singing and dancing. For the police station, go tell police, say, "Please, this thing is not child abuse. It is us by ourselves that hand over our children to this pastor to do the cleansing ceremony because we want to protect our children from death, from sickness, and from the evil eye." What do you have to say about it? Because they say the situation now is dicey. Police, they say not child abuse. The parents, they say no be child abuse. But now if don't come and talk, say, even if parents give consent, the fact say there's child rights, there's the child get his own right, it no matter. What do you really think?
This is Africa in the sense that we know the way they carry the
Sir?
we know the way they joke with whatever pastor, mom talk about. You understand? So if you want to check the condition of waiting really transpire, say the parents really believe in their pastor.
Sure.
Now, if you want to go religion, and was okay, waiting the scripture really talk about. But because we know they go religion, you understand? We will not talk more about the religion. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We need to do more of okay. These children way we really talk about, because you born them, now make you supposed to be do them anyhow. The answer is no. Because they never reach 18 years old to decide on what want to do on their own. That's the reason why you need to give them anyhow. The answer again is no. You understand? So if now they do cleansing, where they again the law of the land, then laws of come into action. And that's what we are seeing right now. Not to don't talk say we dey against law. Waiting child rights that we dey talk about. I don't know whether they don't already domesticate them for the states where this matter been happening. But whether they domesticate them or not, NAPTIP na federal government agency wey dey always dey against this of treatment.
Yes.
Where then they call in the name of religion, in the name of saying you want to kill somebody. For instance, if you want to kill somebody, say now the picture you dey try to protect, when the person don already died before you start to dey protect am, you no release it.
But now some people like the way I see where you do the video, he say check the children. No wound for their body. No be say be there. Say now leave, pan leave. You get say job up then they not like it was serious flogging, Say there is no injury, no mark, nothing on their body. Does that make the situation to change, or it is still a terrible thing?
It is not to these people, whether it is deadly or not. In as much say for the eye of the public, they feel like say, okay, this no really sit down well, and it's against the wish of the children. You understand? It's against their will. So in the name of say, okay, now ritual, you want to use it to protect their lives and whatever. If they allow it to fly like that, if they allow it to fly, they will do some other dangerous things in the name of say, okay, we want to protect our child. You get my point? But where the situation is more critical now is okay, in a situation whereby parents are now protecting their pastor. Say this thing, oh, now we on our own for long. Children say, may they go do
This
this kind of
cleansing.
this thing. So at that point, it is now a case between the state and that of the pastor, since the parents are not willing to press charges.
Yes.
And government get right to push this kind of a case if they are willing to do that. It's just to exercise caution, you understand? For instance, this kind of this kind of confidence where the pastor will get,
Yes,
if
so
you do that kind of thing, then carry picture, then carry
yes.
then they do
In the interview, he said now Holy Spirit tell him to do am.
say that Holy Spirit tell them, do am like eventually, if anything transpired, now see this same parent that will come and castigate him. So in that kind of situation, even if you want to try this kind of thing later or tomorrow, they will not want to make it public. So it's part of at least making move to checkmate this kind of situation. We too they carry religion hope for the country, and sometimes it's against the wish of our children. It's not by saying, okay, when you carry things, put for the head of your child, say, may it be up and down at underage. No be only that time now you dey abuse the child. A number of cases like this is part of abusing the child. Sometimes you see, they say, oh, now Africa, now we then you go see a parent carry broom,
Yes,
lifting
seven stick.
anyhow.
Yes, they come on witchcraft
You
for
understand? Say
head.
they want come out witchcraft.
Uh-huh.
All these things dey against law. But if you dey talk now, they say, oh, all these Western people, they don't dey carry Western culture to come. The truth of the matter is that the Western culture we're talking about, so many things wey dem westernize wey we dey enjoy too, you no dey condemn that particular one. But when we just dey do the right thing as law bin prescribe am say make we do am, we go dey claim Western culture. Say they really need to do this thing to make sure say, and mind you, these parents wey we dey talk about, if they change their location today, go obodo oyibo carry all those children, they will not receive that kind of witchcraft cleansing or whatever.
Are
So
you
are
sure?
you telling me say witchcraft no dey obodo oyibo?
Are you sure? Tell them no go reject, still reason am.
It change completely. The orientation will change completely. I know somebody wey dey close to me wey be say, I know the way they carry religion put for head. E know every single move wey e make. The person dey US right now, the situation don change. You understand? It's not like say, okay,
Uh-huh.
stay far away from your God. It's by saying, okay, the environmental factor, the influence, go make you know, say, you must not kill yourself in the name of saying you want to worship. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so many things where we believe, say, okay, for instance, an average African man will never believe in, say, okay, something happened to you naturally.
Uh-huh.
Any single thing will happen.
Village
When they
people.
ask you, say, be careful of wetin you dey chop o, so that diabetes no go show face. Say na lie, na something dey kill African man.
Yeah.
This and that. When the diabetes come show face, do you understand?
Na for village.
When they wunjure you, the village people they don't come. I had a dream. Somebody just to know it. I wake up in the morning. But I mean, they want you that time. You don't forget. You don't remember say you thought say that something. Then they kill somebody. But when it happen, you don't want to accept it. Say, and as a result of your lifestyle, now this thing come
Take
to
happen.
you. You will still make it to your village people. So this kind of mentality and orientation, I tell you, if you go to Western world,
It
it
will
will change
change.
totally. And based on that, when it's now changing, some of these religious belief of wetin they don't know even dey inside scripture. For instance, how you want to convince your pastor, or how you want to stand against your pastor when your pastor say, na spirit tell am make e do something. Number one, where is the evidence of the spirit? It's just between him and the spirit and God.
Eh.
And it's just because of the belief when you get in the person. Now, the reason why you go see a situation whereby, at a point, I think 2 or 3 years ago, you get a particular church in Kaduna here, where the pastor say make them contribute money, flights to heaven. They pay 300,000 naira. Say, if you want to enter heaven with flight, you understand? Flight to heaven, they started contribution. When the pastor gather plenty money, he run to the southwest. They don't see him again. They raise their lamp. So for you to have that kind of belief, you know, say no be one day thing. Now all these kind of little things, before you know it, you could now soak yourself into that kind of belief. Say, whatever this person talk, now be the final. At that point, if they ask you to they cut your finger, they chop am in the name of cleansing, you go do am.
So in this matter now, wetin we dey expect? Because the parents are insisting. In short, if you see the video, they actually carry themselves, go sit down the police station, and they insist say it was not child abuse. We gave our consent.
Yes, what we're expecting is for law to take it first. Wetin law they talk about. Parents talk say, no be this, no be that. If you want to apply the Nigeria context the way we dey do it, if you don't take am too seriously. But trust me, if the authorities want to do the right thing the way they're supposed to do it by themselves, they can decide to shoulder that responsibility to prosecute the pastor. I'm not saying this to say they go win the pastor for court of law. But mind you, to prove spiritual matter in court, there is no much evidence because it's spiritual, it's religion, it's between you and your God. So evidence of saying, okay, waiting the provision of law come the come, you go check every single line of the Child Rights Act to know say this action they against them totally. So it's now between you proving Child Rights Act, they will prove it against you. Now using your religious saying a spirit, night tell you say make you do them, you know say that kind of defense it go hard for court of law. So they fit just say, okay, let us calm the situation, let's settle amicably. Pastor, no do this kind of thing for the children again. If you want now, if you try this thing again, we'll prosecute you. But if they insist that they won't press charge, you can get right, even against the wish of the parents, they still get right to go to court
and
to
deal with the
prosecute the
pastor.
pastor.
Anyway, if we hear the update, we say we'll continue to carry and reach other mouths. Now, coming to the second matter today, that one not really too sweet. Now, insecurity matter, would they read say, according by Hamis Ugwamini show, that now one bros with the five people right here, enter for social media, go put on. This one happened for the East, I think, Anambra. Say a young boy, kidnappers now don't kill him. On top say they ask for ransom and the family, they kidnap both him and his sisters. And they do the normal call ransom and nothing come out. So based on that verse, now they contact the boy, make him torchlight his own sister, touch your sister, assault your sister, you get touch and do wetin man and woman they do with your sister. And the boy refused. And in vexing and revenge, they killed the young boy. This is not be the first time when I hear this kind of thing. Though when in the news, they say when they try to talk to the Anambra police command people, they say they are not aware of such incidents. What do we really have to say about this?
Taking the new dimension almost every time the way this could happen. And like I always talk, say, it better make you no allow us start. If you start like this, it be hard for you to say, okay, you want to
end up.
maintain now. So for you to say you want to call this rather, they apply new dimension. For instance, when kidnapping starts, that's more of okay agitations on top of our oil matter.
Yes.
The dimension change to okay, we want kidnapping, we want ransom. If we kidnap you, will pay us money. At a point, you think, okay, if you don't even get money to pay us, you get people to sell part of your body too. They can't people to sell part of their body. At a point, it comes down to okay, self kidnapping. Person wey no get money, wey no say he want to get money, go sure say they don't kidnap am. Even child dey kidnap himself or herself to collect money from the parent.
Sure.
Now seeing this kind of defined situation, e dey pathetic. No be something wey we supposed to dey hear because unfortunately na wetin we bin dey think say dem go fit help, but e dey lucrative. Many people dey make money on top of kidnapping. So because of that, e go bad. This kind of move wey dis people make, I bin don dey read this since when I see the story say wetin dem wan really achieve. You needed money from the parents, they never give you. So is that killing of that child encouraging? You understand? Is it that encouraging to get money? Or probably what I just compute, even though they never really investigate and to consider it, you know, waiting really happen. Say, you know, most of these guys, they are under the influence of drugs. So at that point, when they deal with their victims, they don't care. They don't care. Because what what do you really want to gain? On their own, they did not even choose to rape those girls. You are now
Presido,
asking their
brother.
sibling to be the one to be sleeping with them in the name of say, okay, you want the parent to know that they are
Like
serious about
trauma,
the demand.
yes.
It don't really make sense. Unfortunately, if I talk now, say, okay, government really need to do something about it. A situation whereby they are meeting some government officials that have been kidnapped, that they are even paying ransoms, and government will say, don't pay ransom, don't do this, don't do that. It has started. You can't end it today because it's creative, making money in it. It's just for us to know the kind of mechanism you need to put in place to make sure the rate is reduced, not increasing by day. And how can we achieve this? To make sure see we get some of these kidnappers arrested. And when we arrest them, we do justice immediately. This case mostly we always linger for 10 years or more before they say, okay, we don't already conclude on this particular case.
Yes.
In the course of doing that, some of them will even escape from prison. Some of their colleagues will go and attack prison to make them escape. In the course of that operation, they will still kill some prison officials, even some inmates will die in the course of that. So it's just for us to make sure say justice is served and not just served, timely justice. We need it on some of these cases. They pathetic.
You see the on top Christ said radio and television, very pathetic story there. When you sharply say the go fit save the other two sisters and then the family go fit bear this loss. You fit join us on top www.christsaidradioandtelevision.com. You fit enjoy us live on top that portal. And then right now we stream live for our YouTube and our Facebook at Christ Said Radio TV. You also fit to follow all of our social media platforms at Christ Said Radio TV. Now, coming back to the discussion inside the studio, Kolawole Omoni, yesterday, Madam Presido, Madam, former Madam Minister for Money Matter inside Nigeria, and Madam Presido of World Trade Organization, that na Mommy Okonjo-Iweala, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, been waka yesterday, go see Presido, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they come sit down the yarn. She actually carry one of the good things, where they do, raising money for women, work hand for hand with First Lady to make that one happen. So when she come finish the meeting with Presido, come out, she come tell to people, say, actually, Presido is trying. Say the economic changes, that removing of fuel subsidy, that the value of Naira one way crash both parallel market and then the real place of exchanging Naira dollar, all those stuff. Them say he actually do them, and the thing good for economy. As she hail am, say we need to do. I say, he say economy don't even stable now. But she can't talk another thing. Say, yes, even other one, you need to provide social safety nets for vulnerable, that now poor Nigerians them. So that as you do all these changes now, it gets consequences where they affect poor people. Do something where go help them to maintain them. And this has been the call women people don't they call over the years, and nothing has been done. Now she don't come. On one hand, she say do well. On the second, she say you still need to do more. What do you have to say about how that conversation take go?
Yeah, in conversation, we understand the reason why Okonjo-Iweala be the president, the current government, but the organization wey she do dey represent, most of their recommendation wey dem dey put for front, Oga Presido
Answer.
because the part of the people wey dey talk say be comot subsidy or this or that, even electricity, they are still pushing for the removal of subsidy on top of electricity, total removal, not this
Yes.
you understand? So we understand the reason why the race of that in that right? And apart from that, the one where we talk about the naira, the valuation of naira against the dollar, is also this Western organizations
Idea.
recommendation and idea. So based on that, will I say they listen to them, but Nigeria they suffer. Now coming to the commendation of economic stability here and there, the indices, they talk am. You understand?
Yes.
You comot subsidy, you tell us say you get plenty money right now that you are sharing to governors, that you are using for so many other things here and there. At that same breath, you bin dey apply for billions of dollars wey you go need to borrow from obodo oyinbo, and they don already approve am for you to go collect the money. Now, what is the future of our economy in this kind of borrow wey we bin dey do? And this money wey we borrow no be money wey we go beg say okay maybe later abeg when I get enough I go pay you. They are automated. The moment you are getting 1 naira, 2 naira in your own revenue, they are being deducted. Before you can do any reasonable thing in your country, they will deduct it as money they enter every month. Meaning you are borrowing for unborn generation to come and pay back. So e no really too sit down well. Again, if you now check a situation whereby the story bin burst day before yesterday, say okay, our capital project, all the capital project inside the 2025 budget, we never had implementation, and we dey August. By next month, we'll be talking about last quarter of the year. We want chop the third quarter finish. We've not started implementing capital projects inside 2025 budget. We are still trying to complete the capital project implementation inside 2024 budget. I'm not an economist, but the layman and experience, when somebody go feel reason, be say, okay, if you no complete implementation of last year budget, you shift it to the next year budget and you harmonize it together, you start implementation. But Naija Presido bin beg us say, oh, I beg, we still get some capital project I need to implement inside 2024 budget. Make una give me between January and June to do that. We enter June, we beg for another extension to December 31. For the first time in history, I don't know whether it's still in any other place, I've never heard it before, say that they implement 2 budgets in only 1 single year. It is unfortunate. So if you now see that kind of situation, you now imagine all the capital projects inside this year budget that nobody is touching it. And you are saying our economy is okay. And what will be the reason for not touching it? They are complaining about revenue. All their projection about, okay, this is also amount we get from oil, this is also amount we get from this. They are not getting it the way it's supposed to be. In fact, most of the capital projects that you see people implementing right now, most of them are from probably NGOs that are assisting us, all these international donors. If you go to a sector now, where things are really working perfectly okay, it's their intervention. So if you see and check some of these indices where they for grant, it's not good enough for Okonjo-Iweala to come and be praising the government, say, oh, they are doing well. Doing well in what context? Doing well that Nigerians are feeling hungry, doing well that middlemen are turning to poor people, doing well that rich people are struggling to cope as we speak right now. Many of them cannot even afford to drive their car anymore. So we don't really see it. I've been talking about laying good foundation. When the situation whereby you comot subsidy, you say make we suffer small, we go enjoy that in future. You are telling us that money are now coming in triple, in this, in that. Inflation is not being controlled, and you are still going to borrow money again. You remove subsidy, you are still borrowing money. Now coming to our recommendation on social safety network is also not working. They have this provision in this year budget, but because of this problem of not releasing capital project, 1 naira is not released for those kind of intervention. But my worry is even beyond that release. My worry is that even if they release this money, where is the money going to? Politicians' hands. The implementation is being done by politicians. Before you know it, they will tell us, for instance, the last time when they first come out the subsidy, when they thought we get scarcity, the federal government release grain from our reserve. How they take share them? The state where I come from before I enter Abuja, I witnessed the problem over there. Now politician structure, political structure, now they take share them. Chairmen get their own, all these political office orders, then get their own. They say make them go share them in their respective constituency. But what do? They share out to family, friend and family and folks. So this is the problem we're talking about. They will tell you, okay, we have the provision for some of this intervention wey we dey talk about, you no release. If you eventually release, only a few number of people wey suppose to benefit am, na dem go benefit am. See diversion of rice in Kano and many other locations like that. Even during COVID-19, when things dey hot that time, see diversions here and there. So if you check some of those things, you go know say the where Okonjo-Iweala dey operate, how dem dey do am there. It's not the same way they are doing it here, even though it's working well there. For instance, during the COVID-19 intervention, you see the way some of these advanced countries dey at least help people with a number of interventions. All the money that they give like that in Nigeria, they are not accounting for it as we speak right now. Many of the beneficiaries are not the rightful vulnerable people wey dem dey target. So the issue is dicey, sincerely speaking, because people are not smiling. Let us put it in that way. People are not smiling. So if Okonjo-Iweala is now coming to say all is well with the way economy dey do everything, I'm not really convinced. And I'm very sure that maybe only 10% Nigerians that probably are directly or indirectly benefiting from the government that may also support that move.
Okay, well, one last question before we move to the last yarn on top of the show this morning. She can't talk something, say make it provide social safety net. For me, in English, so what do we mean by that social safety net?
Wetin we mean be say, okay, people wey dey vulnerable at the top of your action or inaction. Wetin be the action or inaction? You devaluate your naira against obodo-oyibo dollar.
Yes.
You comot subsidy. As a result of this double barrel action and policy, we enter into serious inflation. Every single item wey we dey buy for market, e jump by 300%, 400%. You definitely know that people that are struggling to cope before might not be able to cope anymore. People that are even feeling like, oh, I'm a big man in my area before, found the struggle to cope. Then that's okay. As a result of this, can you now have a system that will identify vulnerable people? Truly, you've been able to recover money. How can you now, in return, intervene in their situation? That is the safety net they're talking about. And the provision is that for, they said, okay, we do something. Remember, now the same thing where Buhari government they do that time where they also show something intervention. You understand?
We get all this empower, conditional cash transfer, trader money,
and all the money where they give for where they
NSI, something National Social Investment Welfare Program.
Not really loud in this government. And I remember this minister where they be come out shortly after the inauguration.
Yes.
I think their name now. Where they talk say they do
better edu.
Yes,
better
this
edu.
was part of what she wanted to be doing that time. Remember, say now now the confirmation of say, okay, we want to know the existing structure, we want to review the beneficiary, we want to do this, we want to do that. Now, on top of that one, now she allocated plenty millions of naira just for them to have a good data of how they want to run this program. And since when that controversy surfaced that time, everything died down, they've not been doing much in this regard. So unfortunately, the vulnerable guys remain vulnerable. Even people where they feel like say they're okay before now, many Nigerians are vulnerable. So there's no structure on how to manage them as we speak right now.
So the president, like after they come up better edu, they come put another person for this humanitarian and social disaster. So what did that ministry now can they do? Because like you just talk, in other times, there was the condition cash transfer, there was the school feeding program. At least that school feeding program even loud. You know, people see they feel some of the benefits of that ministry. But since nobody has had anything and nobody is asking any questions.
Yeah, the point is, if you talk about the basic care, if you get fantastic program,
yes,
blueprint, whatever you call it, but don't have resources to implement them. On this kind of intervention, they are under capital projects. They are not under the current expenditure where you need to pay salaries and wages and stuff like that. So if government has come out, the Ministry of Budget and Planning, they've come out openly to say throughout this year, no release of funds for any capital project. So where do you want them to implement? It means whatever we have in the capital project this year will now be suspended again next year. So I don't know, maybe federal government will say, okay, we are suspended, or we've already gotten rid of anything that has to do with capital projects inside 2025 budget.
No, the budget
It's the
minister
same
said they
one
also
we now
start.
carry now, put inside 2026 budget to say we want to implement. Or maybe the government will still beg again to say, okay, let me implement 2026 recurrent expenditure, but you see, capital expenditure of 2025 is what I'm taking to.
Extending.
So it's so confusing. That is that. In fact, another synonymous way of explaining the current administration, economic wise and budget wise, is confusion. You don't hear them before, princess. Say 2 years budget is being implemented in a single year. The simple practice is, no, we were not able to implement this thing up to 100%. Carry on, enter
The next
2025
yes,
budget.
make it be like continue, but go they in the name of, you know, go see they call am 2024 now. Go change name.
So by next year, now you are now calling capital project of 2025, saying you want to implement it in 2026. Is it not confusing? How are we going to be able to even track the records? So what you are now telling us is that because you don't want labor wahala, workers wahala to be carrying placard here and there to prioritize their payment of salaries and go and check their wages, their expenses on recurrent, is increasing day by day. But the one wey be say person, how many people come and want employ? How many people they can be able to secure good job for? The best way they can benefit, so the welfare aspect of the constitution, wey talk say government must provide for Nigeria. Now, when you are doing more of these social amenities, and now all these things dey inside capital project. So if you are now romancing capital projects, you choose what to implement and how to implement it while you keep paying salaries, and this salary you are paying is even huge. The percentage is more than the capital project that's supposed to. For instance, now, if you have 200 million in Nigeria, and maybe federal government employ 300,000 people, or let's just say they employ 1 million people, you are paying salary, you are running activities. Oh, these people will need to travel out for 1 year training, and they will need to come back and do all those things. You are spending all those one. The percentage is more than what the entire Nigerians will benefit. Now tell me, how many percentage of people in the country are now benefiting from your government? Because if you want to say, okay, ripple effect, when you pay salary, the person go enter market to go buy one or two things. Compared to you doing something feasible, that they will be able to benefit and say, this is the dividend of democracy. The action that I took to go vote for you, to be able to rule me for 4 years, I'm not regretting it. The only way you can make them not to regret is when they sleep with their 2 eyes. Insecurity is not a problem to them. It's when they need electricity to boost their business and to even enjoy their life, they can be able to get it. Not at this exorbitant rate that you are seeing right now. It's when they can say, okay, oh, we need water in our area. I don't need millions of naira to go and be looking for how to dig borehole. You can provide water with me paying little money and get water supply. It's when they say, okay, oh, I'm traveling to so place. My motor or motor, another person motor, no just enter portal, cause accident, and many people are dying as a result of that because of bad road. It's when we are improving on some of these interventions, we say we have a government, not what we have right now, that we are more of paying salaries. And the same way it's happening at the federal level, it's what is happening at the state level too. They are not prioritizing the capital project. And even if they do that, even you will see the project will be imagining that are these people really making sense? Airport want to spend almost close to 1 trillion naira to rehabilitate airports that only a few number of Nigerians have ever been entered the place before. Now we're talking about bridge. 3 trillion naira now to repair bridge, just a single terminal bridge in Lagos. So when you check some of these things, you'll be imagining that, okay, where is the priority? Where, if you want to list the top 10 priority of this current government, where does the poor people belong? Where do they belong? They are out. They are nowhere to be found.
Kolawole money, now still they talk so. And this question really heavy. Where the poor people belong? Anyway, Madam Okonjo-Iweala don't talk. I'm not really hard on the talk this talk. Lot of other big people don't they do some things, them do intentions. We go cushion the effect of the subsidy removal and others. And we'll continue to wait till this government listen and do something about it. Now, before we go close, Nigerian Labour Congress don't come out now. They got serious warning, give Ogbonge government. The accusation is they, according to them, say government collect like 40% of their say pension. You get put and say now revenue, now in be, and say the thing really they affect them in one way or the other. Say no, they need a way now make them bring back that money to them. But let me hear what you get to talk about this matter. They give them 7 days. If they don't return this money, they are going on strike. They are going to shut down that pension sector.
Yeah, I think they will think from here because I mean, always ask question that waiting for people do to government. If you go check people that are really agitating more on pensioner, if you know say na people wey know wey dey struggle to finish spending a day. Imagine a situation whereby pensioners are saying they are still paying them 4,000,
3,000, 4,000.
4,000 as pension to buy akara or pap or what in 30 days. Now the little you now collect from them, that is their own money. You are tapping into it, collecting it, and no provision of paying back or interest rate on it. So every means government is looking for how to collect money, how to spend money, but not how to make provision for the betterment of these people. It's so dey unfortunate. We've seen a situation, one of the northern governors where he carries this pensioners' money, go use and build plenty house in the name of housing projects. Could they pay from it? When they eventually built the house, they discover say the value, the amount wey dem put on top of the house can even build 2 or 3 of those houses. As a result of that, people were running away, they no gree buy the house. The money wey dem take build and pensioners money is hanging. People wey don spend 35 years in service dey struggle to see. Now tell wetin be the offence of instead you enjoy jumbo pay here and there for probably serving your nation for 4 years when probably many of them dey already serve their 35 years. Some of them don reach the position of farm sec before they even resign or retire rather. And the moment you reach the position of farm sec in Nigeria, your current salary wey you dey collect before you comot from that position na your pension. These people will still join politics, they will still enjoy more of normal pay, they will still enjoy more of things, and they will still be the one to put pen on paper to say we want to use pensioners' money. People that are struggling, that you withdraw 5,000, 10,000 from them, they are now coming to trillions of naira. You still tap into this money and they are still struggling here and there. Sincerely speaking, this situation is critical, and I hope that labor unions will be able to do justice. But I hope again they will not get handshake. It's not handshake of saying maybe they collect money, but you see,
Payments, yes.
and the man died like that because people are losing confidence in labor union because of the way and the serious issue. Listen, so I want them to really stick to their demand to make sure say these people they do something reasonable about it. Because by implication, you can never fight corruption when you are treating these people in this manner. You are passing message across to whoever is going to that verge of say, okay, I want to retire, to say, I beg go, pack everything, no pension for you, whatever you see. That is what you're talking about.
Yes.
And the way they'll be re-strategizing on their head is how to kolobi money. So if you want to fight corruption, whether corruption or no corruption, these people don't work. You say you want help them save money. You say you want help them contribute to it. whatever in this country, if they're not taking, now that pension money, now many of them they look forward to, okay, they want to even build 2-bedroom flats. So you know, see, you say you understand like all the calculation of wetin they're supposed to pay you, princess. If na next 5 years, now you see that money collect. Now that same amount wey dey pay you finish where you retire,
Now you go
na dem
collect.
go pay you.
So you know go get that
E
appreciation
no
as
go
the year they go.
just now imagine now, when so this is the amount, your gratuity, everything wey dem wan pay you
Yes.
na 3 million naira or they say 5 million naira 5 years ago. 5 million
Yeah.
correct naira. And it's not fair to them. Whoever I see for that seat now be looking at them, be smiling, go say, you two go soon retire. Na matter of time. Every single happy new year in Nigeria now for sober reflection
Reflection.
in now ramification. And if you want to think about pensioners, think about the way they are handling them.
Come, that's the and don't come and come talk say this shout wey dey shout say not be so e be say actually this money they save say that they even put an interest all those kind of things everything save everything is okay the agitation is not necessary
The agitation is not necessary, but there's no smoke
without fire.
fire. Then they put these people, the moment you are in government side, you can't do anything except you want to resign. They know they tell the truth, except you want to resign. For instance, the case study that I just cited right now, if they ask them that time too, say how the situation, they will say all is well. All is not well now. Many of these people, 5 years, they've not collected their gratuity. 6 years. Do you know what they now used to do? What governors are doing? They say, go and join the queue. Oh, if you retire in 2020, this now said, now we want set you now. 2021 should wait for next year. 2022 should wait for 2027. So you can imagine that kind of situation. It don't make any sense at all. At all.
It no make sense at all. Oh, I don't need to say me they give final words because it good make we hold everything this time. We don't even shoot our time. But thank you so much, Kolawole, for showing up.
Thank you for having me.
Inside Nigeria, we wish you a happy weekend. Yes, I'll come bright and early on Monday for another beautiful one. And for you, my wonderful viewers and my wonderful listeners, we just want to say thank you very much. Say you Tanda Gigbam with us from the beginning of the show up until now. I beg just continue to enjoy us on top of our social media handles. We did Instagram, we did X, we did Facebook, we did YouTube at Christ Said Radio TV, at CHRICED If you enter YouTube, if you rewatch this program again to take note what really they play. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Drop your contributions for inside the comment sections. Then I will definitely go back to them. Have a wonderful weekend. But 12 o'clock today, we will return back with sharp today. But as for Inside Naija, we will come again with brand new ones on Monday. Until then, my name remains Princess. Enjoy the rest of your day.